Just want to be careful. Hold on. Let's be careful.
Tally ho! Wings of silver, nerves of steel. Silverhawks, partly metal, partly real. Silverhawks. So
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, toy enthusiasts and those new to Tough Nerd Toys LLC. I'm your host, Uncle Nerd, and welcome to another exciting episode of Busted Open. Busting it open since 2007, and today we are going to review Super 7 Silverhawk. Silverhawks was always one of my absolute favorite, and yes, Silverhawks along with Thundercats, Tiger Sharks, all Rankin Bass productions I absolutely love. And over here we have Super 7 Silverhawks Mon-star. And again, as I tell you guys before, I have not opened up this box or anything like that. I like to open it on camera with you guys or anything, you know, pretty much. And right here we have it's inside of the mailer box. As you can see, we're gonna bring that a little bit closer right here. And it has the Super 7 logo here, cardboard box, Silverhawks logo in the middle, Mon-star, Limbo, Mob, Kingpin, ages 14 plus. Legal mumbo jumbo on the back right here, Super 7, 14 plus, some other choking hazards, and that is the mailer box right there. So what we're gonna do, let's bust this open right here because there's another box inside of this. And inside of this comes, oh wow, this looks beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful right there. I'm so excited. I loved Silverhawks as a kid, man. Absolutely love it. Well, all my friends were grown, you know, moving on from collecting action figures, and a lot of them would look at me like crazy and stuff. They'd be like, "Oh, you still collecting?" I'd be like, "Yup." Silverhawks came at a time when I was kind of like getting a little bit older. You know, I was still a kid, but getting older, and a lot of my friends were moving on and all that other stuff. But I didn't. I stayed collecting well into my adulthood, as you can see now, and I am a very old man now. So we're gonna move this closer and check out this beautiful box right here, done in a nice chrome box right here. Got the Mon-star Limbo Mob King at the bottom. Nice, beautiful. Look at this impression, like, you know, indentation of Silverhawks in the back. It's impressed on the back and everything. Beautiful logo at the top. It says Ultimates right here, Silverhawks Ultimates right here. It is looking good. I'm so excited about this. Oh my. Oh my. And it comes in a slip cover too. So you lift this up and boom. Look at that, boy. Look at that. That is the main man right there, the mob boss himself, Mon-star, Doomstar of Limbo. Look at that, boy. He is looking good. Beautiful box. Nice little deco along the box. Ultimates at the top. Let me bring this a little bit closer so you guys can see. Mon-star, Silverhawks logo right there, done in a nice foil. Beautiful, beautiful box art of Mon-star right here. This right here, it says Mon-star. Mon-star is the head of the Limbo mob and functions as the local criminal kingpin. He's been around Limbo for over 300 years. He has above normal strength, but when endowed with the light of the Limbo's Moonstar, Mon-star's body transforms, is entirely covered in robotic armor. His strength becomes many times greater than in the normal state. He has jets on his elbows that he can use to fly through space, as well as fire red energy blasts. His most dangerous ability is a starlight blast that comes from what would normally be his eye patch. He has a personal vendetta against Stargazer and the all who align themselves with the Silverhawks. And this looks great. Super 7 on the bottom right there. Barcode, so on and so forth. You can pause it if you want to look up the barcode. Beautiful box, beautiful window box. Great presentation that they gave you with the box. Feels like a quality product right in here and everything like that. I think I went over everything in the box. He is looking good. Yeah, That's about it for the box. So what we're going to do, we're going to bust this guy open and see if Mon-star is worth the scratch. And here we have Mon-star outside of the package. And this is his pre-transformation form right here, where he looks absolutely amazing. And as you know, we're going to go over the accessories first. But he comes with a ton of accessories. Again, Super 7 is blowing it out the park, in my opinion. Some people don't really like the style in which they do the action figures. I do. I'm not looking for every action figure to have the same articulation or detail or whatever the case may be. But to me, from my first look at this literally is cartoon accurate. So let's bring this closer, a little bit closer, so we can go over the pretty much like the accessories first. You know, I always do the accessories first. We have this beautiful transformation head. It is sculpted very well. This is pretty much when he is being imbued with power from the Doom Star, as you can see right there. And the hair sculpt is done very well, very cartoon accurate, as you can see. Face sculpt is absolutely off the chain. I'm loving it. Dark in the mouth, that is a little bit weird right there. They could have done a little bit more detail inside of the mouth right there. But the eye patch and the sculpt of the face is perfect right here. You see the shades of red and brown going on in the hair with some nice wash, and it has a plug under the bottom so that you can switch the head out. Looks very, very good. This is one of my nice heads. This is one of the heads I really like right here. I just really like this one right here. I'm thinking I'm liking them all, but the nice side profile of them looks great as well. Then you have this head over here, which is pretty much when he's talking to you head right here, and he's looking very menacing. But, you know, I love the red highlights that they have going on in the hair right there with the brown and black hues. Nice wash and everything. Beautiful, beautiful sculpt going on in the face. As you can see right here, the eye patch looks absolutely amazing. It is done very, very well. You can see the tooth. There's no bleeding in the paint. You know, the tooth that he had in the middle of his lip, or right under his nose, is right there. They did a great job. This is a very good cartoon likeness right there. Paint job looks really good. Plug under the bottom so that you can swap this head out. Then you have these multiple hands here, and they're all pretty much done in the same color. But you have like the, you know, grabbing your hand, the fist, and it's all painted with some nice wash on it. You got tints, pigments of brown and black going on right there. So he's looking good. And there's some more hands. You have a pointing hand right there with the peg on the bottom. All of them have pegs on the bottom. Looks really, really, really good. Then you have this, another, like pretty much, I guess this is what he's grabbing something. Peg on the bottom, of course. And some more hands. You have at least like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 hands to choose from. Then you have Sky Shadow here. This is him not transformed. This is when he's transformed right here. And I don't think you can move this around. This is just him in his bat form or whatever the case may be, which is cool. And I know like when you get Mon-star in his armored form, that is when you will have him with the wings open. But the paint apps on Sky Shadow is absolutely beautiful right here. Very nice, very clean, very cartoon accurate. I am absolutely loving these figures, but there's no articulation on neither one of these. All right, now we're going to get to the creme de la creme right here, and that is my man Mon-star. Mon-star is looking very, very good. Has the spikes on the shoulders, great hues going on along the body and along the skin. A little bit too shiny for my likeness, but not bad. And yes, Mon-star was a very muscular person, very strong, even without the added armor when he turns into armored Mon-star or cyborg Mon-star and stuff. But he looks really good. Nice big feet, as you can see, holes on the bottom. Got some, you know, where it was made at and everything like that. You got some nice, the loin cloth or the loin fur looks really good. Gives it like kind of a Motu feel right there, looking really, really good. Kind of, I'm thinking this may be a reuse from one of the Motu classics figures right here. Back looks good. Everything looks real good. Got some nice paint going on. I love the hints of hair that they gave on his forearms and everything like that. He is a really good cartoon accurate looking figure. The spikes on his shoulders are very sharp, so be careful if you give this to a kid. Face sculpt is just something to behold right there. It is absolutely beautiful. The muscle texture, the muscle sculpting that they did on here looks good. Nice big feet, nice long nails. Everything looks good on this guy. They did a great job with him. I'm loving the eye patch, how they gave it the two straps, just like in the cartoon. They did a great job on this. Very good job on this. He is looking great. Back is looking nice and solid. He is looking great. Now, as far as articulation, you are not going to be able to pretty much twist his head too much because of the construction of the head and the heart. And the heads are made out of very hard plastic, okay? So you're not going to really get too much, you know, maneuverability with that head, but you can get something going right there, you know. Arm is on because of the shoulder pads. Again, the way this figure is engineered, you're not going to be doing too much movement with him or anything like that. But they feel like they're on a ball joint, but a ratchet joint as well. I could be wrong, but that's what it feels like to me. Bicep swivel, double hinged elbow right here, but you can't really, no, this is a single hinge elbow. Single hinge elbow, but you got some nice wrist pivoting and twisting going on in the wrist right there. Ab crunch is a little, you know, not as profound as most figures that you see me review. No waist twist or anything, but it does give you a little ab twist, or pretty much a twist up at the top here, but you just have to be careful. Leg split is pretty good. Twisting at the thigh right there. Single hinge knee right there. Twisted and pivoting and going up and down on the ankle. This guy looks absolutely great. Let's pull off one of these heads and see what it looks like. Pull him. And here he is with the other head right there. Now be careful pulling this off because like the peg, I don't know, it just felt as though I felt as though I was about to break it, but it came off rather smooth. But the initial pull, take your time with it when you take that head off. All right. And look, it looks really, really good on Mon-star. It looks very good on Mon-star. Mon-star looks absolutely amazing right here. I love the nice sleek build that they gave him, yet very muscular, which is what he was in the cartoon. Wow, this is good. This is very good. And you know, with the first line, we never, like when the Silverhawks first released, when they were released by Kenner, they never had the untransformed version of Mon-star. They just had it where, like, you know, you had Mon-star and you would flip his head around and you had the big guy and stuff like that. But this is looking very good. Let's see him with his other head. And here he is with his pre-transformation face. And I think this is the pre-transformation face. So if you look at the eye, it's lit up unlike this one over here. You know, this is when he's Doom Star of Limbo. Look at this. I used to always love his transformation. Both Mon-stars and Mum-Ra's were extreme to me, but I think Mon-star's was way more extreme because if you really look at it, his skin would turn inside out and that robot would come from within him. So he was pretty much like having his skin torn apart just to transform into that thing. But this looks really, really good. And I mean, like, man, I don't know what else to tell you. This is definitely a must get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some pictures for you guys and we will come back with my final thoughts of Mon-star. So as a whole, Mon-star looks great. He looks really good. Pre-transformed Mon-star. I'm very happy to have this guy because we never got that back when I was a kid. You know, the series didn't last that long, or whatever the case may be. And he's coming in about like 7.5 inches, close to 8 inches. Okay, so he's a big guy. He's a big guy. But he still like has a nice, sleek form to where like he differentiates from his big version, which I haven't gotten yet. But to show you some comparison, here he is next to, and I've just recently reviewed him. Well, no, I reviewed him a while back. But here he is next to, same universe, Momra. Show you how big he is, you know. Here he is next to the Lord of the Thundercats, Lion-O. And these are all Mattels and Super 7s. This one right here, that Lion-O I just showed you, is the, what is that? That's the Super 7 one. Here he is next to a Naughty Viper. And here he is next to Masterverse. No, yeah. Master Universe 40th Anniversary He-Man. So you can pretty much see what, you know, and honestly, it looks like you can play with these figures together in a way. You know what I'm saying? So that's great. You can have universes cross and all that other stuff. And yes, to give you a little history on Mon-star. Mon-star is leader of the gang, the Limbo gang, or pretty much. He's been living a very long time, but he has been locked up twice each time. Well, more than twice each time he's broken out. Stargazer and Quicksilver are his nemesis, but more so Stargazer. Quicksilver from the Silverhawks pretty much became his newest adversary because like Mon-star just wanted to rule the galaxy. What I always loved about Silverhawks was the fact that it was just so far in the future to where as though they could survive in the atmosphere of space without needing like, you know, breathing apparatuses and all that other stuff because technology had advanced so far to where as though like space was just like the new frontier, which is pretty much like, you know, but they had to make you cybernetic for you to be able to exist in the outskirts of space. Whereas though like Mon-star and the crew and all that other stuff, who knows, maybe again, because it takes place in the year, I would say like in the year 2900 or 2800 or whatever the case may be. And yeah, Mon-star has been plaguing the galaxy all those years. And if you ever watched the Thundercats, the new version, right? Although it started out well, it got a little bit goofy as the series started going along. We're talking about the Thundercats from 2011. You will see there is Mon-star. He is actually being held captive by a group of other anthropomorphic beings and stuff like that. You also saw like the tiger shark breeds and stuff like that, or species floating around there. So yeah, Silverhawks has always been my all-time favorite. I am very happy that Super 7 is doing these right here. I do have the throne. As well for what is that? What is this? The transformation throne right here. Very big piece. I'll do that separately so you guys can like pretty much see it for itself, you know. But it's a great figure. Absolutely amazing figure. Must have in your collection if you like Silverhawks. It's the next best thing that you're gonna get. I mean, like, to me, I think it's straight from the cartoon. I'm loving the wild hair. I'm loving the detail on it. At first I thought it had a lot of gloss to it, but that was the way the light was hitting it. I think it's done perfectly well. He has that nice scraggly look about him. He had wild look, and I like the fact that he can pretty much be considered like maybe within the Thundercats universe, along with the other anthropomorphic beings, so on and so forth. Because if you ask me, he's like a beast man or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or he could be somebody from Thundera that just pretty much just went rogue or whatever. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, that brings this review to a close. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and share this video. And don't forget, when you buy a toy, you bust it open, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a big shout out to Mouse Type for donating this figure to Tough Nerd Toys. Without her, we would not have been able to do this review. She loves my reviews, so she sent me some Silverhawks action figures to review, and I greatly appreciate it. If you guys ever want to do that, just let me know, send me a message, and I will definitely review the figures for you. She said I could keep them as well, which is absolutely amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a good one. Thank you for tuning in, and I wouldn't be able to do this without your support. Take care.